ho and a buckle of rum. Ah! Yeah. You tuned in to the Ice, tuned in to the Player Circle podcast. I am your esteemed host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody go home to the Fat Man Fucks. What's happening, chocolate people? And all peoples in between. Can you dig it? I know that you can. But even if you can't, you know what you can do? You can suck up on these balls. Because you're licking nuts and we're W balls. You digs? Oh, ladies, dick is good. And if my name ain't Richard, can you dig it, ladies? The last percentage count was 80. Now look at here, ladies. I don't mean to be bold, and I don't mean to be brash. But all I want to do is put what the hell? Something done happened, y'all. Something has happened, and I need to reset this thing because I didn't do anything, so it shouldn't be tripping. What's up, Triple T Kill? What be the reason for the season? Can you dig it? No, this thing ain't starting to malfunction because I ain't gonna have no shit. You digs? Motherfucker tripping. But as I was saying, ladies, why don't you let me slap you across your ass with a fat dick, Iceman style. I know you like it, baby. Coming to you live from Iceman Studios, somewhere located in the Himalayas, where all the real players gather. You digs? When you're the shiznit, can't do nothing but make it funky, baby. Now check this out, baby. If you got a booger in your nose, don't do nothing about it. Let Wilson pick it. Can you dig it? One time, 4-1 for the po one. Dig it, y'all. We got y'all trapped on a Saturday afternoon. I know you want to get it in, and the Iceman want to give it to you. Like no one else can. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about because you know it, because you live it. You digs? Now, we did pretty good last week for fundraising for the 501c3 nonprofit. So we're going to do another. We're going to have to start doing. We need to do $100 every Saturday at minimum. I want to try to raise $10,000. We fell far short of that last year. I want to raise 10,000. We fell far short. This year I want to hit it. So let's get this $100, y'all. Let's get it popping. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stop the show. And I really don't want to do that because there's some good folks like Triple T Kill, Brown Sausage that donate every week. God bless them. And I'm wondering what your excuse is. If one person can do it, everybody can do it. I don't want to hear excuses because we have none. You digs? Now, everybody wants to know. Well, let me rephrase that. Black men are becoming more and more penny conscious. And what I mean by that is brothers are watching their ducats, their money, their dinero, their ends, their cheddar. You know, in the Trump era, you're going to have to find a way to make a dollar stretch farther than it did even last year. The cost of living keep going up, the chance of living keep going down. And that's by design. Now, we have to be honest about who you are individually as well as collectively against these women, because they are showing you defenses you've never seen before. Even for some of us who consider ourselves to be Tom Brady's at the top of our game, we still run into problems because some of these women hold out for what they're going to do to the last minute. Sometimes a brother gets impatient, wants to play his hand, so he can go fold him and go home. Because you want to, and I mean figuratively, you want to, not be on the defensive all the time. But these women, some of these women, most of these women out here, they're on some feminist victim shit. And their mentality is such that everything that go wrong is a man's fault, and everything that go right is it has something to do with their planning and their cunning and behind the scenes strategizing. So they take all the credit for everything good. You take credit for everything that's bad. And when you refuse to do that, or if you refuse to do that any longer, then they want to paint you as a misogynist, or they want to paint you as toxic masculine, or they want to say something negative about your character, and these bitches don't even know you. So when you start saying fuck feminism and fuck you hoes, all of a sudden women don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, and they don't want to be put in a position where they got to make a choice, because they know this shit is dumb and they know it's not doing anything for them. But Black women just want to enjoy the fallacy or the delusion that them and white women are on the same side, even if it means they're on different sides than we are. They're willing to risk that. And a lot of Black women have risked it to their own peril. They're going to forever die alone or have a very miserable menopausal period of their lives when they should be getting a pussy beat up in Brussels, or that ass bent over somewhere in Morocco high off some hash. Instead, you working 3 jobs at 60 or 2 jobs. You still can't have a decent car. You done had, I don't know how many disposable cars break down on you on the way to work, and you had to leave them there because it wasn't worth fixing. You want to live that kind of existence the rest of your life, but still have some ass. And the only niggas that fuck you are drunks, alcoholics, drug addicts, other kind of deviants, social deviants. That's all you can get is a 54-year-old nigga with a big dick that did 10 years, did a 10-year bid. Oh, but he got some good dick. But he also beat the shit out of your ass when he feel like it, when he get high on that shit. Can't get enough of niggas like that. You know. Fuck out of here. All of a sudden now they want a good man. Now it's time to get a nigga that worked all his life. Now it's time to get a nigga that got some paper in the bank. She ain't got to worry about her cell phone getting cut off like she did with Tyrone. even though she was sucking the shit out of his dick. But being a good cocksmith with balls on your chin don't equate to any kind of life skills. All it's going to do is get somebody in the bed with you. It ain't going to get nothing else for you. Your life going to be shit. And you should not get mad at guys who don't want to be bothered with your bullshit. Don't get mad if these guys don't want to be with you anymore. Don't get mad that these guys drop you. Don't get mad. Change your life. It ain't too late. You can still get a halfway decent dude. But if you can only, but if you ain't willing to change your tune and change your life, no, all you're gonna do is get, embarrass yourself. All you're gonna do is get them bum ass niggas that you keep complaining about. You ain't gonna get no man on my level and some of y'all's level. You digs? But it all comes down to men starting to monetize their time, because the more money you make, the more you can weaponize your time. See, when you got average lifestyle, you can't really weaponize your time, because if you just an average broke dude, she just gonna find an average broke dude that got 5 pennies more than you, or look like he got more than you. He got rims on his car, you don't. It come down to shit like that with black women. Or the nigga that lie the most. You can see he ain't got nothing, but he just keep lying. Oh, girl, I got this interview with Coca-Cola next week. You gotta, come, and he trying to hurry up and get physical because he trying to get you drunk on dick. And women ain't falling for that trick no more. They ain't falling for that shit no more. It's a lot of big dick niggas out there with no women. Having a big dick don't fix nothing. Trust me, I know. You could be sliding her some good pipe. She's still gonna be like, the cable just went off. You gonna pay them shits? You best believe that's gonna be the last good piece of good draws you gonna get until that cable bill get taken care of. See, I'm telling you shit from experience. Black men you got black men who sit up here. Like, I remember I was looking at some bullshit on TV. I think it was Temptation Island. And this brother gonna tell this kind of cute little white girl, he gonna tell her, oh, baby, have you had some chocolate before? He was talking that kind of shit. She looked at it. She turned around and looked at him. She didn't say nothing to her, but she just turned around and gave him that look like, I know we on a TV show. Don't let me have to use the N-word and tell you that, your dick is no good here. I'm looking for a white dude with some money, and that's who she chose. A white dude with some money. They're going to always choose over you unless you got above average money. Now, you make $500,000 or more a year, yeah, they're going to go ahead and change lanes. That's why you do see brothers that make $250K or more with white girls, because they the only ones that'll jump on that dick at any time of the day and night. The sister, she's still trying to be cute. She won't even suck your dick right away. So the white girl, she know the black woman may or not be, doesn't mean that the black woman doesn't suck dick. It just means that she trying to leverage her goddamn bets when she really don't have any leverage. So she can't hedge no bets. You only bet when you got some money. You ain't got no business betting when you ain't got a stack sitting over there. But see, that's the shit. That's the kind of shit American women do. They're always trying to bluff. And when they get a nigga that got game and discipline, they fall apart. That'd be the bitch that, the bitch just disappear off your fucking phone. You don't hear from her no more. You done embarrassed her. Because like I said, all women think, especially when they fall down the social ladder, they figure they can always get a black man of any means and of any hue and of any socioeconomic background. If they want a po nigga that's gonna dick them down, they'll go get a po nigga that'll dick them down. If they want a nigga on my level, or some of y'all like brown sausage, some of us, she might say, okay, I gotta be a little bit more cunning. You digs? I can't just come at him, and start demanding shit like I do, po ass Johnny. Po ass Johnny just, all he gonna do is he won't even get a fifth of liquor. He'll just go get one of them little pints from the liquor store. He'll be like, yeah, baby, she'll be done told you, especially some of these classy Caucasian or classy black women, they'll tell you, say, hey, I like Hennessy XOXO. Okay. Instead of paying that $38 at the liquor, at Costco for that big bottle of Hennessy, for that fifth, and it's XO, you might have to that might have to set you back $250. I don't know how much XO is, but I know that from what my boy told, I ain't never had none of that real smooth, that double malt type cognac. I ain't never had that. I know that XO is about $200 or $300. If that's the one I'm thinking, it's not that typical Hennessy hourglass type bottle with the skinny head. It's the one that's made like a circle. I know that. I think I seen that motherfucker in Costco for like $300-400. So that ain't no cheap shit. So you right off the bat, if she told you that's what she drank, she telling you, I'm gonna give you the pussy if you meet my demands. Usually they'll tell you some kind of wine. How do I know? Because I done lived it. I done dated upper class white women, not black women, but upper middle class black women. But I've dated upper class white women, very educated. Couldn't do ghetto shit like I might have got away with other bitches. I had to act like a nigga with an MBA. I wasn't no OJ, but I still made it clear I was a educated brother. But I was still about that fun. I was still about that life. You digs? So lost my train of thought. Let me see if I can pick up in a good spot here. So we have to understand that there really ain't that much value in dating, let alone going beyond that. And a lot of young white dudes are figuring that out. Since, because see, to a certain degree, a lot of these Caucasian women, they be starving they men out. So the ones that just don't cross over and become booty bandits or so-called bisexual, the ones that remain heterosexual like a lot of us, they just wait it out. They'll work on getting their money, get their paper right, getting their weight up, their net worth and their weight up, and then they start attracting badass Caucasian women. They start attracting them hourglass, curvy, six-pack having white girls. with the bodybuilder legs. They can get a chick like that making $100,000 a year. Once you make over $100,000 a year, shit is so obvious that you got paper. It's just too obvious. You can't hide that. That's why I say you start smelling like money. Y'all need to listen to me when I be telling y'all this stuff. Instead of sitting up here, a lot of niggas want to try to act like they know more than I know. You don't know more than I do, dog. You ain't been where I've been. I ain't been where you been either, but you ain't been nowhere. Best you've done is instead of sleeping on the second floor, you sleeping on the first floor of your mama house on the couch. And every morning you got to pull them blankets up and get out the damn living room so your mom could watch the Today Show. Now, I'm not going to get into if your paper ain't right, how come you trying to date women? I ain't going to get into that because that's beyond the scope of this show, the Player Circle podcast. You digs? Now, what you need to understand is that Pinot Grigio. Take it easy, yo. Man, some women like they'll ask you for a big gold cup and they'll pour all your Pinot Grigio in a cup and be sitting there sipping on that shit with a straw. I'll be like, that's white ghetto. That's white ghetto. That's what white girls be doing. White girls that ain't from no money, they do that type of shit. And then some of them you put ice in it. I'm like, ugh. Wine over ice? Ugh, you alky. That's the alky type shit. I usually keep one bottle of white wine and a couple reds. A heavy red and a light red. And don't ask me which one they are. Always have a Chardonnay on hand. And usually, here's what I tell guys. Here's what I tell young players to do. And I'm going to talk about this in my second book, The Dating Bible. I'm going to talk about this in more detail. When you have a decent crib where you got a lot of room and it's obvious you don't need no roommates or nothing, women see how you living and they say, damn, this nigga living in a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse. What kind of money this nigga make? He ain't got no roommates. When they look at you and they see that kind of stuff, they go, damn, this dude, even if the guy's my age, they like, damn, this dude living pretty good. Got nice furniture. I like this dude. He might even go from this to a single unattached house. He might want to go get in debt and go get a $400,000 or $500,000 house with me. I ain't doing that because I know some brothers that went that route. They went and got the white girl that make 6-7 figures at work, or she Jewish, and maybe that dude make about 50 or 70 or 80 or 100. He still don't make the kind of paper his white old lady make. And I ain't putting down, anybody in this situation. I'm just giving you examples. Her money longer than train smoke. Every time that bitch come to the door, you hear choo 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 choo. Woo woo. His paper is aight. But she loved that nigga. I see some brothers get with some white girls like that. Because I've been that guy. Some of them families got old money. around there in that Twin City area or other areas I've lived in. Now, you don't get too much of that down south, like in San Antonio, because that money is concentrated on one or two sides of town in a very select group of people. Only a handful of people run San Antonio. I ain't talking about the Mexicans they got on the city council or the county supervisor and all that old shit, or the mayor. The mayor ain't nothing but a figurehead for San Antonio. As big as San Antonio is, they don't pay their mayor no money. It's like you take a leave of absence from your regular job, but it's a very, even though you ain't getting paid, your expenses are paid. Like if you go overseas or if you go around the country, as long as it's on city business, which sometimes it is, then that's paid. And you get a per diem every day, and it takes care of your hotel, security, which as far as the state police and the city police that are around there in that area, because they can travel around the country in America with their guns. You can do that in America, but that job doesn't pay anything, but it's high profile and it's a step to other things. As much tax money as San Antonio got coming in, they don't pay their mayor nothing. I think they pay city council, though. They pay city council and they pay county supervisor, but they do not pay the mayor. It may be that way for city council. Painless Rising, is it still that way? Oh, yeah, I had me one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I started because Fort Sam used to be so crowded, and I hated to go over there to Fort Sam or Lackland when it was this time of the not. Yeah, well, it's raining down there now, but probably come next couple of weeks, closer to get to Memorial Day, it's gonna start getting hot in San Antonio if it ain't already hot. But I know y'all just had that storm come through there. So I ain't been checking the weather in San Antonio anyway. But start getting hot. I don't like that's one of the reasons I don't want to live in San Antonio no more. Too damn hot. Too damn hot, man. Yeah, it's humid because it's been raining. But I stopped kind of going to Fort Sam and what you call it, because you start seeing the same people. Because I used to work out sometime at Fort Sam. I would go over there to MWR and work out because they got a nice weight room in there. I go over there to Lackland's gym is kind of weak, but I still go over there anyway. Now Randolph is a lot nicer. Yeah, I like Randolph. I like their BX. But it's too many people on them bases, man. I just really don't. I need to start going to where the bars and stuff where retired military people be going. If you know the spots to go to, like somebody told me, the E Club over there at Randolph be having stuff, and I've seen their message board. They had some stuff over there, but man, I'm like driving 50 miles, 60 miles to go over there. I'm like, I lived over on that southwest side where they're connecting 1604 and I forgot what that freeway, Texas freeway is. That one that connects how you go over there to the Alamo Draft House over there, Westlake, over there by that Home Depot. See, I used to live over there, but over in the new area. Damn, I forgot what the name is. It's a Whataburger on that corner. Rambler Gym? Yeah, 90. Exactly. Highway 90. I gotta check that out. I gotta check Rambler out. I remember back in the day, everybody used to go to Bally's. Remember Bally's? Hey, did you ever go to that Bally's over there on Thousand Oaks and 281? Man, there used to be some hoes at that one, boy. Woo! Boy, that Bally's used to have a gang of hoes. Oh my God, that's what San Antonio was popping. Nigga, San Antonio was popping back in 03, 04, 05 to about 06. That after that, it changed. It used to be popping back then, nigga. I loved San Antonio back then. Nigga, we was running hoe. And I was going up to Austin fucking bitches. Austin was cracking too. I lived up in Austin around that time. Austin was cracking too. I knocked them down in Austin. Austin then got boring too, man. But if I was to move back to Texas, or if I wanted a house in that area, I would go Austin. I probably wouldn't do. I probably won't do San Antonio. San Antonio's crime rate is ridiculous, I heard, because they got all them heroin addicts down there because of that weather. You know, San Antonio, compared to a lot of parts of the country, they got pretty decent weather, like Phoenix, New Mexico, some parts of California. So that crime done got crazy. Even I lived in a new apartment complex when I was over there off of 90 or near 90. I wasn't off of 90, but I was near 90. I was like 90, like going toward 90. Now it's going to be a freeway, but back then it was a street. I lived right up. You know how they built that new theater bowling alley way over there on that over there going toward Taft High off of Calabria? That's where I used to live at. That new area over there. They built a bunch of brand new apartments over there. But now, man, all the hood Mexican, they letting anybody rent. Because once they relatives get up there in the office, they just they'll rent to anybody as long as they ain't got no criminal record. Yeah, I used to live right off of 1604. But what I should have did, what I started to do before I thought about leaving San Antonio 2 years ago, what I started to do was move over there to Stone Oak. Because that's where everybody was telling. They said, man, don't leave San Antonio. Just move over there to Stone Oak. You know, the crime, they ain't got no crime over there. They got a bunch of fine bitches over there. I said, yeah, but it's a lot of white girls over there. I said, I don't know if I want to be over there though. Yeah, you over there, Cibolo. Yeah, you got all them little white, like you said, them master sergeant, senior master sergeant. Got all them Navy vets out there. Them bought them houses. Yeah, I know what you talking about. I met a couple of them. Yeah, I'm retired sergeant major. I tell them, I say, hey, I didn't get that high. Then he'd be like, well, I have my master's degree. I'm like, bitch, I got 2 masters. Really? It was like, really? All of a sudden, the contest is over. Talk that shit to me, bitch. I don't want to hear nothing about your University of Phoenix and Webster University degrees. Hey, you get a lot of them military motherfuckers over there, Wayland Baptist. I used to call them Waylon Jennings Baptist. They used to give exactly. I work for the city of San Antonio. I'm like, so what, bitch? I work for myself. Shit, fuck you talking about? You Scooby-Doo looking hoe? Man, there's this one. Have you seen this one sister, Painless Rising? Have you seen this one sister that got a blue Bentley? I think she's a retired colonel. Have you seen her? She's a short, dark-skinned sister, got a juicy booty. She ain't fine, but she's still, because you can tell, she's classy. She always dressed nice. She about a 7, not just because of her looks, but she's fly. She ain't real pretty, but her flyness boosts her up to a 7. But looks wise, she about a 6. If you ever see her, you're gonna know who I'm talking about. She got a house over there, back over there off that Calabria. No, not Calabria. You know what? You know how you going off 1604 and you got that real big HEB, and remember they had that old one, then they closed it down, then they built that one on the back side of that parking lot. It used to be a big field, and they got a Popeyes there, a Carl's Jr. You was even telling me to go over there because I used to go over there because it's always a gang of bitches. It's always a gang of bitches at that HEB. It's, damn, what street is that? It's, shit, man, I'll remember it in a minute. It's, they got a Gold's Gym off of there. Blanco. Yes. Blanco and 1604, that HEB, and that one out there going toward you, that real big HEB out there going toward you, out there off of 35. Once you pass Selma to Montgomery. Hey, hoes good. Boy, that HEB, that one that's on the right side, if you going north, dude. Saturday, about this time, about 2 or 3 o'clock on Saturday. Oh, nigga. Man, them Hispanic chicks and them white chicks, especially if it's hot, they be having thongs on, they be having see-through shit on, they be standing there with their butt poked up in the air, waving like you just don't care, and then be trying to and then be like, hi. Then they be having ribs and all that stuff. And I said, what y'all about to do? So we're going to have all the family over. We're going to put some ribs on the grill. I'm like, hey, I'll be over there at 3, baby. What up, Tiger Cromwell? What's up? Oh, you close to that 35? That went off of 35, right? Yeah. Cibolo got some hoes. Hey, my uncle bought a house. He bought a KB house down there off of Calabria way, about two miles past Calabria and 1604. And, he kicking himself in the foot, man. Ain't nothing but a bunch of Mexicans. It's some vets that live over there, but, man, them Mexicans be having 10 dogs in the backyard. There's the property value done went way down. So he was like, man, I should have bought a house out there off of Cibolo, what's the name of that city that's right next to Cibolo? Not Selma. It's past Selma. Because what is it? Cibolo, and then it's another city, or it's another little city, and then it's Cibolo. Because Cibolo is the furthest. That's the furthest out you can go, right? Yeah, Shirts. Exactly. Shirts. I used to fuck around at Shirts. I used to go to that Walmart over there. Off that exit. I think it's the same exit with that HEBs on this side. You go up 35 to the street, make a left, and then you go over here to Walmart. It'd be a gang of hoes at that one. But ain't nothing but vet. Hey, on your street, is it all vets like you? Yep. Because the cat's been telling, it was like, man, don't leave San Antonio, just move out here with us. I'm like, man, I don't want no house without a basement. I don't want a house without a basement, man. That's what's killing me. That's why I went back east. Because I'm like, if I buy an old house, if I go buy an older house, I want a basement. Not like Chicago, how, you go down that little tiny, tight-ass basement hallway, and you go down to the basement, they got the blue light, and then they be playing Smokey Robinson. Niggas be grinding, because that's how Chicago used to be. We used to go to Chicago in the 70s. People was grinding. It was about that grinding and putting your hand on girls' asses like they was doing on Cooley High. Yeah, 15 minutes from Randolph. Hey, do you be going to you two guys, Philly Steaks? You right outside the gate, U2s or something like that. The Philly couple. They from Philly. You know who I'm talking about. They make them Philly cheesesteaks. See, that's what I miss about San Antonio is that motherfucker. Yeah, Pat Booker. Yeah, I just call it Pat Hooker. Hey, that HEB right there on Pat Booker and 1604, nigga. Hey, nigga, that one got some bitches too. Oh yeah. See, I used to live in Converse. I used to ride my bike up there, and them chicks would be looking, but like, yeah, he in good shape. Yeah, I love that area over there. I just don't want to buy no house over there. But that little street, that little area by that, that little area, I like that little street right there. But I would never buy a house over there because there's too many hoodlums over there. That Universal City got a lot of drug addicts and a lot of white supremacists, a lot of white supremacists out there in Universal City, man. I didn't like going over there. Yeah, Kitty Hawk, exactly, Kitty Hawk. You know what's up, nigga? We be on this motherfucker all night talking about San Antonio, man. Damn, nigga. Shit, nigga, we used to tear some ass back then. But yeah, San Antonio that got born, man, and then they fucked it up, man. When they stopped letting them regular motherfuckers go on base and party, go to the E Club. When they stopped doing that, or the clubs that used to be right outside at Fort Sam, that used to cater to military, when they start closing all that shit up, a lot of people left San Antonio, man. San Antonio was a decent base back in the day. That's Big Shaq. No, I didn't know Shaq and them. I didn't know Shaq, old Sarge and them. I didn't know them. I wasn't in San Antonio then. Yeah, U2s, yeah, man. I missed them. The last time I was in San Antonio, I drove all the way over there, dude. And you know that's like 50, 60 miles from where I lived at. I drove all the way over there, got 2 Philly cheesesteaks, and took them all the way back. Would you believe them motherfuckers were still hot? Dude, it took an hour for me to get home, maybe about 45 minutes. Those sandwiches were still hot. Now their sandwiches ain't better than Geno's. There's this one there, I don't know if it's named Geno's though. There's a Philly cheesesteak place over there in Georgetown, DC. That's excellent. Now they better than them, but I respect they hustle. They good, but the meat ain't seasoned as good. I think it's because they don't put as much salt and pepper on there like they used to. Oh yeah, y'all was just there. Man, my uncle told me, you know, that stretch right there on Pat Hooker. He said that used to be the shit about like 20, 30 years ago. Were you there then? Were you in San Antonio back in the early 90s or the late 80s? Nigga, you done got me on one. Yeah, man. Those were the days. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he said Pat Booker had a couple strip clubs he used to go to over there. And he said, yeah, man, I used to hang out over there. They had a couple bars over there. And I was like, Pat Booker? I said, man, this had to be a long time ago. He was like, yeah, it was a while. It was a long time ago. He said, I was still in the Army then. I said, oh, okay. I see. Because I know it ain't recent, like the last 15 years. Damn sure ain't the last 15, 16 years. Because I spent too much time over there at Live Oak. I used to go to that Live Oak Theater over there. I used to ride my bike all through there, man. Uptown 78. Oh, for real? Is it new? Is it over there by that black barbershop? Over there by that Walmart? Man, them black women, they used to be at that Walmart right there on 78. You know what I'm talking about? Over there by Jetson. Man, them ghetto hoes. Oh, man, them hoes scare me, dog. A couple of them try to holler at me. I said, nah, baby, nah, we ain't got nothing to talk about. You know, they was straight up hood. They was East Side San Antonio hood rats. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna take a quick break real quick. Hey, if you haven't donated, this is $10 Thursday. Excuse me, I said Thursday. It's $10 donation Saturday. So if you haven't donated, you can donate via the Cash App. It's free. And everything goes through just like the donation process is pain free. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Or you go to asktheiceman.com and donate there. If you have a PayPal presence, all you got to do is go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button, hit the donate button and donate, and it's all done. And then at the end of the next year, get your printout and then take that to your tax professional so you can get your charitable donation write-off. So do that. Get that cracking. Talking about his marriage of benefit to American men and what porn does to a relationship. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Let me take a quick break. Get to donate on. Get it crack-a-lacking. Job ass suckers. Last chance for gas, nigga. Weed. Next exit. Negroes. Whatever. You get the message. Wait, nigga. It's your black ass. Thank you, brother. You digs? Now, a man has to decide if he has any kind of sense. He has to decide if relationships, or if it graduates to the level of marriage, is it of any benefit to a man? I'm not going to answer that for you because you're a man or a woman, and you should know your worth, but you should also know if you're a woman, what kind of woman you want to be. Even if it's to the detriment of us men, know what you want to be and stick with it. Don't flip-flop like a lot of women do. Today they want to be a hoe. Next week they want to be an honest hoe. Pick which one you want to be and stick with it. And don't be ashamed. Because I guarantee what you don't end up picking is going to end up being of detriment to you longitudinally, as well as expeditiously. You digs? So, and just if I ask people in the chat room right now to define what they define love, I guarantee we're going to get a bunch of subjective answers that don't mean love, but it means love to you. And it could be something that's gender, that makes a difference as far as gender is concerned, or it can also be differences in the same gender. Socioeconomics could have something to do with it. Race could have something to do with it. These are mitigating factors. Even with two black men, you might get two different outcomes. You digs? And you know what else might make a difference or have a heavy bearing on your final decision? Whether, when you start making out your list of benefits that marriage has for you, geography might have something to do with it. And the culture of that geography. San Antonio, you would think, would be more of a relationship city, and based on what Painless Rising and I have said on this in this broadcast on this platform, the Players Circle podcast, you've heard us talk a lot about hooking up with women. And it's just like Painless Rising said on a few weeks back, with San Antonio, especially Hispanic women, you get the 38, 40-year-old chick that's still attractive. Usually they're not retired military. Some of them are military, they're just not retired. But you wouldn't know by the way they, fact that they don't work out. Anyway, a lot of these chicks get drunk. They want to get the shit fucked out on Friday and Saturday night. Then they want to go and you know, sweat that hangover out at the gym on Sunday and then go to work on Monday. And after a while, you get tired of that because they'll give up the ass. Although you're getting a lot more that's trying that dine and dash shit. That's why I always make them hoes break bread before I do anything. I'm like, you know what? They're like, so when we gonna go on a normal date? When you start putting out. I said, if you know, if we're working toward a relationship, usually I don't say, you know, I'm just here for the dome and the sex. I don't say that. But what I do say to them is, if we're on our way to a relationship, then all of a sudden they start tripping. But at first they talking all that relationship shit. Oh, I want to get in a relationship. And then when you tell them that that's what you want, then because I usually just say it to see how they gonna freak out. And so they be like, you know, talking about how can we keep meeting at Starbucks and all this shit. And I tell them, I say, hey, because I ain't ready to spend no money. They're like, well, are you cheap? I said, no, I'm not cheap. Do I look like I'm cheap? No, you don't look cheap. And I tell them, I say, look, I'm not spending any time or I'm not spending any money on a lovely evening until I seek some cooperation or get some sex or both. And they're like, well, you have a very narrow view of what a woman is supposed to do. I said, no, I don't have a narrow view. I just don't waste my time. I said, you spent the first couple of conversations talking about how you want to get together with somebody and all this shit. And now that you had that opportunity, you want to sit up and try this San Antonio player shit. See, I be criticizing the motherfucker. I be like, man, don't try to run that San Antonio shuffle on me. Don't try to run that shit on me. You ain't dealing with one of these bum ass niggas from some other city or one of these bum ass San Antonio or one of these stupid ex-military dudes that's hard up for some Hispanic ass. I ain't hard up for no interracial ass. You ain't gonna catch me like that. I don't go ape shit over them Mexican chicks like a lot of them niggas do. I done had too much ass down there. That shit ain't tripping me out. So when they try that shit, I'll be like, hey, you know, I ain't meeting nobody nowhere. Talk about, well, let's meet downtown at this place is right off of Riverwalk. I'm like, man, I ain't meeting in no restaurant. Cause you gonna expect me to pay, right? Like, yeah. I said, why we ain't meet? Well, what's wrong? Why you don't want to meet? I said, because I this ain't no date. Cause I tell him, I said, if I can't, she said, so you want me to just stop my life for you? I said, that ain't what I said. I said, I want to be working toward a relationship, getting to know each other. You what you thought I was telling you? I wanted to jump in a relationship? The fuck is wrong with you, you idiot? You idiot. Oh, they really get mad then. Because I tell them, I be like, bitch, who the fuck you think you talking to? This ain't amateur night. I said, I got the discipline to sit on the sideline until you get some act right. But yet they talking now, I want to get married shit. Or I want to be in a relationship. But then when they get the opportunity here, they start playing. Because they trying to talk to 2 or 3 other niggas that probably ain't got no sense. That's probably already spending money buying a strawberry lemonade at the Cheesecake Factory. See, a Cheesecake Factory is like a above mid-level, maybe I would say they're a 3-star restaurant. They probably should be higher, but some of their locations bring them down. Like there's one in Edina, Minnesota that's real good. That's the first one I've ever been to was that one. And that one, the food be the bomb every time I go in there. That there's a PF Chang's over there in that area that's real good. But I ain't been to PF Chang's in years. I ain't been to PF Chang's in it's been a minute. I'll be forgetting about PF Chang's because PF Chang's ain't that popular. PF Chang's ain't that far around. They ain't in every city. They ain't in a lot of cities, dog. Yeah, PF Chang's, man. They sometimes they hard to they just in some cities they just in ritzy areas. Like in Atlanta, they might be in Buckhead, where the new part of Buckhead where it's real expensive. That real nice area where they got them $1 million fur coat stores and shit like that, big baller shit. Like that these are areas like, I mean, that's a beautiful area. I love that area, but it's too expensive for me. I looked at apartments over there, man. Them motherfucking apartments what I pay up here in Atlanta for a 1-bedroom. But they were palatial though. They were like, some badass shit. If they were a condo, they'd be $500,000 or more. Just for a 1-bedroom. But they were real beautiful though. There was a real wood, not that laminate wood flooring, imported shit, imported Italian marble. It was that type of shit. It was pimp shit. It was the type of shit you invite a bitch over and it's like, yeah, look how much I'm paying for rent at this motherfucker, but look at this, look how beautiful this motherfucker is. It was that type of shit. But what you have to understand is that marriage has to be a benefit to a man. These young dudes, even though some of them are simps and tricks, these young dudes are not getting married. And then, white women are smart enough not to have a bunch of babies especially if they're middle class and above, they're less likely to become a baby mama. Now, they might, after they got married once and had a kid or kids, that's different. But still, the reason why the bitch is a single mom is because she's unbearable and her husband left her ass. Now she's trying to date black men. See, nowadays, some hoes be trying to pull that, well, let's meet at Morton Steakhouse first. I'm like, fuck you. I like expensive. I usually like to go to Mademoiselle's head, some French restaurant or some shit. I'm like, I ain't never heard of that place. It's a French cuisine. I'm like, so? I ain't impressed with that bullshit. Yeah, there's no plate in there less than about $150. I'm like, so I ain't never taking your ass there. You better get the fuck out of here. I can cook that shit at home. Because when I cook at home, women be like, man, this is restaurant level shit. I say, yeah, it's to be a cook in a restaurant. You're like, wow, this tastes excellent. Now, if I buy another house, it's going to be gas. I'm be cooking with gas. So I'm back to the old school because gas cook way better than electric. Arthur's Ghost, don't mess around, get yourself banned. Okay? You're already encroaching upon getting booted out of here. Okay, here we go. Here you go, you white supremacists. I guess Walmart is letting y'all out on a Saturday early, huh? You bitch nigga. Let me take care of that. Yeah, get 2 francs from the get some of them hot dogs at the convenience store. At the loafing jug. Or Quick Trip. Some of them white girls love to hang out at Quick Trip. especially in Des Moines, Iowa. Any of my Des Moines, Iowa players in the house? I used to live in Des Moines. Man, you talk about a nothing city. That you talking about eating a nothing burger? Man, Des Moines, Iowa is the worst city I've ever been in. That in Ames. Ames ain't that bad because it got Iowa State. But Des Moines, there's no excuse, man. That city has no nightlife. Except in West Des Moines has some clubs. And the funny thing about their clubs is I could be an old nigga my age and go to a club in Des Moines and still pull a young bitch. That's how bad it is. That's why brothers do real good. They will literally date any nigga in Des Moines except for them upper class bitches. Cause ain't nothing but ghetto niggas in East Des Moines. Nothing but ghetto niggas. Them Waterloo niggas and them Waterloo, Iowa niggas and them Chicago niggas. A lot of them Chicago niggas in Des Moines. I'm like, get your broke ass out of here, nigga. Man, them niggas are ridiculous. Man, Des Moines was too slow for me. I'm an old nigga and it's still too slow. And I'm looking for slow. And it's too slow for me. That show you how bad it is. I mean, you talking about a boring, dingy, dark, dank ass city. And it's a lot of old white people like it is up here. A lot of old white people. Like, man, why are you motherfuckers still alive? God damn. Who is keeping you old motherfuckers alive? He said a cup of coffee will work. That's true. He said 2 francs in a drink. A big gulp, 44 ounce. I remember we used to go get them big gulps and go. Man, we drank all that sugar back then. I can't even think about drinking any or eating anything with too much that much sugar in it. That's why I don't drink them lattes and all that shit, because it got too much sugar in it. That's why I'll be looking at the white girls. That's why the white girls be so fat. She'll give up that good old reparation ass. Oh, they was giving up reparation ass back in the early 2000s. Oh, yes, they were. There's a lot of reparation ass back then. It was a lot of keep hope alive ass. I'm gonna give you some of this keep hope alive pussy. Ain't that right? Hey man, I was looking at Judge Judy last week. Man, they had this Sneaky Pete nigga on there, man. Oh, this Sneaky Pete nigga. He was so pathetic, man. I could tell that nigga was about 60 years old, man. It was like, yeah, blah, yeah, see, Judge Judy, because I like to drink. You old alcoholic nigga, man. Come in there, barely get in there. Nigga limping and leaning to the side like an old lack. His nephew had to help him in there. I'm like, nigga, you gonna fuck around, drink yourself to death, nigga. Now some old broken down hoe on there, she drank. Talk about we love to get together and drink. That be them niggas, they alcoholics, and they such an alcoholic that it might bring them together with somebody of the opposite sex, but they get so drunk, they end up never having sex. All they end up doing is passing out in the bed, and that's it. They don't never fuck because they too drunk. Too goddamn drunk. You digs? This Sneaky Pete ass nigga, I was looking at this nigga like, nigga, he up there suing for just bullshit. I bought her a necklace and I want that back. Just was like, gift, next. Gray's Papaya Franks. How they taste, brown sausage? You know, those of you who are outside of the Wisconsin, Iowa, Dakotas, if you're outside this area, or maybe even that eastern tip of very easternmost tip of Nebraska, you probably ain't hip to Culver's. Culver's custard and burgers. Oh my God, love them. Oh, I miss them motherfuckers. Freddy's will do though. See, that one thing, look, let me tell you something. The one thing I miss about San Antonio is the diversity of the food. You go to Taco Cabana, you can go to, you find the right, well, I don't really fuck with Popeyes or KFC in San Antonio. Every now and then I go to El Pollo Loco. I miss them, but they used to fuck up too. They'll be good one week and then turn around and be shitty the next. If you go there the next week. And yeah, they give veterans discount, military discount, but they ain't worth it sometimes. El Pollo Loco, it should be the best chicken in Texas. Should be the best. That's what y'all do. That's supposed to be y'all shit, and it's fucked up. The Jack in the Boxes, they got a little, Jack in the Box game is dying in San Antonio because the Mexicans, the managers be fucking them up. Like there's a Jack in the Box right near was close to my house. Terrible. I done gave them, I don't know how many chances. Terrible. And it's a brother that's the general manager, and he be having an attitude. This nigga be getting an attitude. He gets a fucking attitude when you say, hey, man, this food is fucked up. Or maybe they didn't put something they were supposed to put on there. Or they put something on there they weren't supposed to put on there. I'll be like, hey, man, it's twice that he did me like they did me that way. I stopped going. Then I went to a Jack in the Box that's 2 miles away, further away. It ain't that far, but it's just hard to get to because you got to get off on a one-way street and then turn around, all this shit. Went over there last week. Food was excellent. See how they do? So when you add the Mexicans, people think, well, if you get Mexicans, they ain't going to ask for no raise, so you save money. Yeah, but they be fucking up your brand. They fuck your brand up because of people keep coming up there. Because I used to, man, a couple of times at El Pollo Loco, they was like, we'll just give you another meal. We'll give you a free meal on us. And I'm just like, to myself, I'm thinking, I really don't want a free meal. I just want you to do it right the first time. Then you go over there for the free $20 or $30 meal, and it's fucked up again. But it maybe ain't as fucked up enough for you to take it back to the store, but it's fucked up. And this is like after that, you either gonna go to another one or you ain't gonna go to none of them. That's what fucked me up about Whataburger. Whataburger started getting shitty about 5-6 years ago. They started getting shitty. So I stopped going to them. After a while, I was like, there ain't no reason for me to be. Now, Culver's, they got one Culver's on De Zavala in San Antonio. If you ain't going over there, Painless Rise, and check them out, I'm sure you probably checked them out. Now, Fat Burger was right down the street, but you ain't gonna come into a San Antonio market. Don't nobody know Fat Burger, so they quickly closed. But that Culver's is holding on. That Culver's right there, De Zavala and I-10. That motherfucker always got people up in there. The food ain't as bad, ain't as good, but it's okay. Now the Austin ones are good because I didn't know they was in Austin until I moved to Austin. I was like, damn, got Culver's up in this motherfucker. I'm like, oh hell yeah, it's on. Exactly. Don't spend no money on no dates, man. It don't pay to do that. That's why, even in this book, my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1, I talk about dating in here. You don't start no first date taking somebody to the Cheesecake Factory. Not unless you want them to get a free dinner and drop your ass or just leave you alone. I mean, not drop you, but leave your ass alone. That's how you get embarrassed. I remember I had a dude that claimed he was going to hire me as a life coach. This dude, he told me, he said, man, hey, Ice, I feel embarrassed. I need to hire you as a life coach. And I'm like, well, what's the problem? He said, man, I got played, man, like, you know, more times than I care to count. You know, you saying don't ever, have them women meet you at Starbucks or something like that. And I think this nigga was doing online dating, which is another strike against you. They only send message to black men when they want something for nothing. Because they figure, oh, you so desperate, that nigga, he'll put up with anything, even if it's Denny's. He'll come over there and buy me a Grand Slam breakfast, and I ain't even got to give him a hand job. See, I don't play that. Oh, yeah, sick. Yeah, that's them New York City prices. Oh, you in St. Anthony? Man, boy, in the wintertime, it'd be boring as hell out there, dog. Yeah, I've been through there. I ran through that motherfucker. Yeah, Minneapolis done changed, man. Minneapolis used to be a little big city. Now it's just they flooded it with a whole bunch of Caucasian women from other places because they've been trying to bolster their numbers. They got a lot of Caucasian women up there for that new Mayo Clinic, and they trying to be a hub for medicine and research. So if you notice, like I used to go to Liquor Lyles. What we used to do is start at Liquor Lyles, and we get our drink on there. And man, it was so easy to get ass back then. But it's done changed, man. They fucked it up. Now they trying to make it a, upper class bullshit ass city. I'm telling you, let me tell you something with these developers that run these cities. Let me say something. In 10 years, when there is a mass relocation from these cities up in the upper Midwest, or even in the Midwest, where they're trying to get more women or get more young people up there into those cities, that shit's gonna backfire. Because those professional women are gonna be tomorrow's single moms. And that's not gonna get them anywhere. And they're gonna see how much they fucked up. Because I've met Caucasian women who have said to me, I wish I'd have left here before I got old. Once I hit mid-30s, I realized I was never going to get married. And I moved here in my late 20s to take a professional job. Or I got transferred here from like maybe another city like Indianapolis. And they get stuck up there. And they like, they paying me a lot because every time I get ready to talk about leaving, they pay me more money. And that's how they get a lot of them white girls up there. But some of them women, they ain't gonna be that loyal. And they gonna get a real bad winner. And they're gonna get a real bad winner that's gonna be so bad, like it was that last one I was up there. It's gonna be so goddamn cold and so restricting to where they're going to be like, as soon as it warms up, I'm getting my ass up out of here. I'm moving to Houston. There's a lot of Minneapolis people in Texas. Or are they from Rochester? Or they from Rochester or Duluth? They from somewhere else. That's because a lot of them niggas be the reason why a lot of them $1 million athletes be getting married, a lot of them are simps, and a lot of them they saving the bitch that maybe they bust their first nut up in college, and this chick done stuck by them, so they feel low. You know, they know her faults. Plus he probably got pumped at least one baby up in old girl. So they got history. So then they marry them chicks and then be miserable. Then they be on the road and be like getting offered all this pussy. And they like, man, I got this 6 or 7 at the house and I got dimes giving me play. And then they end up taking for a ride in divorce court. You digs? You digs? But I'm telling you, they trying to suck all these young Caucasian people up in these cities like Minneapolis, St. Paul, but that shit gonna backfire because them people ain't friendly. See, when I first moved to the Twin Cities 20 some years ago, it was wide open. It was like a medium-sized little city. Everybody knew everybody. And women gave up the pussy with no problem. First night I went up there, I got laid. This was like before I moved up there. You normally don't come up like that. And I don't know how many black men who said the same thing happened to them. They got some pussy the first night. Those types of white girls are don't live there no more. You got white girls from other parts of the country where they're white supremacists, and they're bringing that vibe up there. That's why when I moved from the Twin Cities, I didn't care about ever moving back based on how I felt at the time, because I felt the city is going in a not so good direction. Yeah, Jeter did it the right way. He got married after he left the league and retired. So if nothing else, she probably will never even get his retirement. She'll only maybe have access to the money he makes being the CEO of the Marlins. See, that's a pimp move right there. That's how you do. A lot of them little scary niggas, man, they come from them little female-headed households. They just take what they can get. They take the first bitch that gave them some pussy in college. That's the worst thing you can do, because that bitch is just patient. She's still a whore. She's just patient. Maybe you didn't catch that bitch cheating on your ass. I guarantee she was. She was just sneaky about it. But that's okay, because that bitch will end up dying alone anyway. That's why when I meet these especially Caucasian women who think they gonna live the high life at the Iceman's expense, oh, they get a rude awakening with me, dog. They be like, well, you're an asshole. You know, you seem like a nice guy, but you just, as soon as we start talking about being on a date, you start tripping. You up here telling me I gotta pay for my food. I told you had to pay for your food before. You just didn't listen. I said, do you want me to resend you the text message that I sent you when I told you that I wasn't, that we meet at this restaurant, you had to get yours and I had to get mine? You said you understood and that you still wanted to hook up. And then we got over there and I reminded you that I wasn't paying for you. And you still thought I was going to be dumb because you got a big ass. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out my face. Fuck out of here. Like I said, I don't let these women get away with nothing. And it ain't got nothing to do with somebody's hurt you bullshit. I don't want to hear it. Ain't nobody hurt me. I just ain't no dumb nigga. Hey guys, we haven't even hit $30, man. Come on, man. Are we gonna start bullshitting again? What did I tell you about? What tell you guys about? We need to hit $100 every week. What did I tell y'all? Come on, man. I'm gonna stop the show right here. I'm gonna stop the show right here, yo. I told you guys we're not gonna keep having this bullshit every week. Everybody is always waiting for the same people to donate. That's not how this works. Stop being a coward and waiting on somebody else to make a first move. That's why a lot of you guys ain't got no women. Yeah, St. Cloud ain't really popping. I thought about moving up there, but I was like, it's too many Somalians. It's too St. Cloud ain't that big of a school. The lot of rednecks up there. Oh yeah, it was cheap. I bet it was cheap. Probably ain't now though. But I bet. Hey, why was it rough to live in St. Cloud? Yeah, but he was married to Juanita longer than 10 years. No, Michael Jordan rebounded quickly from that divorce settlement. He's making more money off the Air Jordan brand because he owns that. And then, his basketball team is what's pushed him over $1 billion. His net worth dipped, but then it went back up. Exactly, Ty Karan. Well, it's not fair to the people who donated. But you got a lot of cowards out here, man. They think it's always this is one of the reasons why we're so politically weak in this country, is because it's black men don't like standing up they don't like committing to anything. Like I got these guys, there was a couple of guys that was donating. Some guys were even donating $100 almost every week, and then all of a sudden they just disappear. And see, those guys, I can understand they got something else going on, but I guarantee they still listening to the show. That's like I know Human Paradox still watching my videos. But these guys want to remain invisible so they don't have to donate any money. It's that kind of stuff that makes me look at you sideways. You dig? But hey, those of you who have donated thus far, thank you. Hey guys, I'm taking another break. I'm gonna stop right here. You need to go ahead and get these donations popping. Okay? Stop being disrespectful to the people who've donated thus far. You digs? Be back at 2 and 2. Wow, more than the Twin Cities? Shit. Trust me, Minneapolis, St. Paul, the deeper you fall, the deeper you get entrenched in the social fabric of Minneapolis, it's just as racist. It's just a little bit, they got a little bit more patience with you. Okay? But you go to some of them bars and restaurants, like up like off of like Lake Street. If you go to some of them little so-called hipster areas around in that area off of lakes, going like maybe, you know, kind of close to downtown, I would say southeast. Shit, you go in some of them little pockets, the motherfucker just as racist. Hey man, you must have got a job there in St. Cloud, didn't you? I heard as far as a college, St. Cloud really wasn't popping like that. Socially, I mean. Okay, let's check these donations, guys. Okay, we're going to do a part 2 next week. We have to do a part 2 next week because we're not getting people are not paying attention, and people are not donating. I'd like to thank everybody who has donated. I will do a part 2 of this because I probably got to do a part 2 anyway. I can't do this justice. And if people are not going to support the show, I'm going to have to, you know, I got things to do. All right. So you tune in to the Player Circle Podcast. I'm your host, the Ice Man. Holler at your boy.